Yep, we're good. Oh, hey, Mower Mike here, Mower Mike's Garage. Yep, we're going to talk about a very, very old chainsaw today. What I've got here is the Homelite XL chainsaw. How cool and nasty looking is this dude here? What we're going to do today, I'm going to try to get this thing started. And she has not puffed a puff of smoke probably over 20, 30 years. I got this chainsaw free from my buddy Dennis there, Smoking Windmill Barbecue. Helped him rebuild his, get his old golf cart going, and he just gave this thing to me. It had been sitting in his shop for 20 years, so this thing hadn't run in forever, but it is just a super, super cool chainsaw. And it's very iconic too. First of all, because this was the first homeowner chainsaw. It was called the Homelite XL because it only weighed 12 pounds. So this is the first one an actual homeowner can handle, even though I think it's pretty heavy. But back in the day, they got it light because this whole case on here is made of magnesium, which I guess magnesium is lighter than metal. We'll have Dr. Bob confirm that one with me. But also, this chainsaw is really known for because it was actually used to cut up live human beings in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which starred, yep, Texas legend Matthew McConaughey. I love all of his movies. Fool's Gold is the best. If you haven't seen it, go see it. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get this old girl going. I'm pretty excited to work on a 60-year-old chainsaw, and I think we can do it. But no guarantees. I'm still a chainsaw novice, but I checked compression on it, and it had 150 pounds of compression, which is awesome for a chainsaw this old. All right, so you get an old chainsaw like this, what's the first thing you do? Well, I'll tell you the first thing you do. You empty out the gas, because this gas is going to be pretty gnarly. All right, I'm going to try to not make a mess here of Mower Mike's Garage, but let's go ahead and empty her out. Oh, dude, it's got that varnish smell to it. Oh my gosh, almost like paint thinner. You know you got old gas when it's got that yellow tint and it just smells like paint thinner. So that's the first thing. Empty out the gas, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna replace all the fuel lines, the filters, and throw a carb kit, and we'll just see if she'll light up. So let's have a little fun with chainsaws yet again with the Homelite XL, and I promise I won't cut your head off. Okay, we got the old girl up here on the table. First thing we're gonna attack is the actual fuel line and the fuel filter. So first of all, just to get the air filter out of the way, it's pretty interesting. It's very different than the new one. It's got a big old kind of a flat air filter. Get that out of there. So here's the carburetor, the fuel line right here, fuel filter. So what I do, just take a little hook. I've already hooked it. Pull this out. And so we're just going to snip this old fuel filter. Let's see here. It's going to stink for sure. All right, so we got the old fuel filter out. But now what we're going to do, I'm going to zoom in here. But as you can see right there, that's the fuel line. And this fuel line, I tell you what, I've never felt one like this, but it is hard as a rock. So that's probably part of the reason. So looks like I'm able to pull it out of there. There we go. You always want to replace your old fuel lines in something this old. All right, let's see if we can just, oh yeah, look at that. Yanking her out. Ugh, this thing is gnarly. Look at that. And I'm telling you right now, this fuel filter, I can't even bend it. Look at that. It's just, look at that. It just breaks right there. That's how dried out this thing. When you get a 50-year-old fuel line, that is definitely what happens. But luckily for me, one of the old carb kits, I got some good fuel line here. And we got a big old fuel filter right here. So all I'm going to do, we're going to try to cram this thing in here, which of course it is not going in the hole. So let me poke around a little bit, find something that's going to fit. Apparently my fuel line's a little too girthy. All right, so I was able to get a fuel line that fit through there. What we're doing, we're going to drag it through there, put a fuel filter on there. But I'm having a lot of troubles. You can see right there, there's a little gasket right there, and I just can't seem to get that thing to fit in there. I keep cramming. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do something very idiotic and dumb. I'm going to take a torch and heat up that little filter, or that little gasket right there. This is really dumb for several reasons. First of all, it could melt the gasket, or it could melt the fuel line, or it could blow me up because there could be a lot of gas fumes still in there. So whatever happens here, one of those three, at least it'll be on video, right? That's what the kids say. So all right, we'll just put a little heat on her. You can see we're getting some smoke, a lot of residual. Heat is always a good thing. All right, right there. Saw a little flame. That's about all I want. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna see if we can cram this sucker in there. Man, it smells like real 1950s, 60s rubber. Come on, we need you in there, son of a bitch. All right, a little plier action. There we go. There we go. Yeah, a little heat always does it. Sometimes you just got to warm her up a little bit to get it to slide through. So you can see right there, bingo, bingo. That's what we're after. All right. Now I've got the fuel line in here. Let's get her untwisted a little bit. And next I've got this fuel filter. This is from a totally different kit. What you can see there, it's not going to fit either. You know, it's just way too thick and girthy to slide into that fuel line. So what we're gonna do here again, why not? It worked once, let's try it again. Again, you really shouldn't do it, and this is like a whole another level of dumbness because I've got the fuel tank right there, which probably has some fumes in it. So hopefully I don't burn my hand or my face. Always have fire extinguishers around you. All right, see there, it just needs a little heat. Don't get it too hot. You don't want to burn it. You just want to warm it up so it gets, you know, just a little moist. And then take your fuel filter, if you didn't lose it, it's sitting right in front of my face as usual. Let's see if we can just, that little bit of heat there. Yep, well, sometimes you need more than heat. Sometimes you need a little lube in there too. So I'm gonna do a double heat and lube situation. There we go. Boom, we're just gonna touch it right there. Oh yeah, that did the trick. Look at that, slide right in there. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got a brand new fuel filter in our 100-year-old chainsaw. Hopefully it's way bigger than the original one. And these things, what they do, they just kind of float on the bottom and they just pick up fuel like so. So it looks like it slid down there to the bottom of the tank. All right, now I've got to figure out how in the world this carburetor comes off because I really have no idea. So let me do a little more researching and failing, and make sure to turn off your torch. All right, I'll come back to you. All right, before we move on to the carburetor, we're going to do something. I'm actually going to try to see if this thing will start just with a fresh spark plug, a new fuel line, and a new fuel filter. Because what I've learned over the years is that when you keep fixing things, a lot of times what you fix is not actually broken, but your fix probably has a 30-40% chance of actually breaking the fixed thing. So it's always good to take it a step at a time. So let's see how this thing is supposed to start. So it's actually got some instructions on the side here. Flip switch to run, choke, engine, all right, choke, engage trigger latch, hold saw firmly on ground, keep chain and clear to stop, flip, switch to stop. All right, so it's saying to choke it and start it at full throttle, and there is no engine brake, there's no chain guard, no nothing. Makes me realize why so many old guys don't have any fingers. This thing's gonna be ripping from the very start, and there's no way to stop her besides flipping that switch. So, all right, I don't know how you hold it full throttle, and then you go like this. That can't be right. All right, we're just gonna, all right, we got choked. All right, we got some gas coming in here. Feels good. Whoa, I heard something there. Hang on, we might have something happen here. Turn the choke off. Son of a bitch! Look at that! Dude, I've been shocked a lot of times, but I did not think that thing would start. That is just total awesomeness right there. As you can see, it's actually tuned just right. I think it was just that old fuel line being that hard. It wasn't getting actual suction when you pulling it. So, son of a bitch, it started. All right, let's get her over to some wood and see what happens. All right, let's see if she cuts any wood. Go ahead and get her started here. Tell you what, that thing cuts. All right, we're just gonna cut tape and end it right there. That way I can count this as a win because things went a little south. It's got some clutch issues, and this chain is possibly the dullest chain I've ever seen on a chainsaw. I don't know if it's like a bicycle chain or what's going on, but still, it's an awesome American icon of a chainsaw. I mean, this thing is just plain cool. So if you have a chance to get hold of an old chainsaw, do a little work, check the compression. If it has good compression, get her going. Really, really fun. Also, I have to admit, at first I really wanted to make this a Texas Chainsaw Massacre show, all sorts of crap, and I was going to dress up until I watched the movie last night, and it is absolutely disgusting. So do not watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Although Matthew McConaughey in '94, he was awesome with Renee Zellweger. But gosh, the guy's wearing like people's faces, and it's just disgusting. But the chainsaw itself, definitely a win. So with that, I promise we'll get back to some more mowers. I've still got this thing for chainsaws lately. I don't know what it is. So yeah, we'll get back to it. A lot of fun. Catch you next round.